Hey, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. As always, it is Nick here, back with your daily crypto news and analysis. And today, we're going to be talking about the overall crypto market. More so, we're going to be centering it on Ripple and XRP, just because I do have a few things I do want to touch up on and I really kind of address for you guys. But overall, when we really kind of look at crypto, we have been focusing on the entire market for a while. I do want to give a huge shout out to Encrypt30 for you guys out there who don't follow him. I highly suggest you guys should go follow him on Twitter. Incredible individual, and he does talk quite a bit about things happening around the market. He does do a ton of charting, and he is also a technical analyst in the free Discord for us. So definitely join the free Discord if you guys haven't already, and go check out Encrypt30 over on Twitter. But we do see here unpopular opinion in the midst of the madness. We now have 5 clear waves to the downside on the macro. I think downside is now limited and should not go below the red box. Also, exactly 365 days since Bitcoin top. Bottom was in after 363 days in 2018. Sat on lifetime LGC support as well. And yeah, when we really kind of look at the logarithmic growth curve, we could see a few things on the next image that I'm going to be showing you guys here in a second. But if we do go lower, it's going to be around like 14K, and we might get some wicks. And Encrypt, his name is Nick as well. It's actually kind of funny, but he does outline a few levels to watch for. So let's say we do not hold the red box, which goes down to about 14.2K roughly. Where do we go? 11.8K, 7.4K, and about 3.8K. And you guys can see a few levels here. Multi-year resistance has never been backtested as support. Lowest fair value gap on the 2-week time frame, and run the COVID-19 lows extremely unlikely. So yeah, I'm not expecting too much downside on Bitcoin myself, but anything is possible. And here you guys have the LGC. Just to give you guys a quick insight, this goes all the way back to about 2015. This goes back up much longer. I think it's like, I want to say it's 10 years. I think it's 10 years of data. And this has been a great one to not only look at the topping points, but also the bottoming points. And the topping point for this, which would be about like I think it's like 120, 140, somewhere within that time frame or that price range. It's very interesting. And here you guys have a little bit more of a viewpoint on what we are expecting. So this got posted on December 22nd, following the green path still at the chop phase between white and green. And here you guys have those 2 levels right here. So yeah, we want to see a push above 18K ideally, and we want to see a strong push as well to break out of the resistance zone. Until then, we are watching some levels closely. I even said watching closely over on Twitter, and I did quote bleeding crypto, and it's because we are about to see a 50 EMA and also 200 EMA cross that has never happened in the history of Bitcoin, and this would be a death cross. Now, most of the times these death crosses are great for clickbait. You'll see articles and videos saying Bitcoin death cross incoming and prepare now, blah, blah, blah. But when we really kind of look at this, we have seen a ton of downside in this market already. We have seen those 5 clear waves of red. Here you guys have all of those. I mean, it's really been just crazy in terms of the downside, and it has been over 1 year of downside pressure. So when we look at things, Kaleo over on Twitter posted this, and I really do have to say, like, we've seen some incredible pain already this year for crypto. I mean, how many individuals out there are, going around bragging that they're in crypto? How many individuals out there are bragging that, they're a crypto investor right now? I guarantee you that there's probably a very small percentage. And it's because we've seen such incredible pain and misery in this market so far. And we do see, like, we need more pain before we make a bottom. And we do see, my man, we've seen a top 3 exchange collapse, 2 top VCs in the space get liquidated, 2 top 10 coins with a $60+ billion market cap go to zero, lending market wiped out, Bitcoin down 80% from the all-time high, altcoins down 90 to 99% from the all-time high. Like, what more do you want? And we do see another tweet from him saying, like, extreme bearishness at these levels stems from either greed or capitulation. And yeah, I seen it so much over on Twitter like, hey, we have not seen the bottom yet. I can't believe that you're saying that like we have seen the bottom yet. Like nobody knows where the bottom is going to lie in crypto. But I will say this, what I love to see is just the sentiment of crypto. I love to gauge off of what most people are saying out there on Twitter, especially when, individuals are saying like, hey, crypto's going here, crypto's going there, and it's just like so many bad downside calls, like 3K, 2K, 1K, or Bitcoin's done, it's never going to make a new all-time high. I love seeing that because when you see things like that and you see such negativity around crypto, it usually means that we are either one, close to, or either two, at the bottom. So, when we really kind of see things happening around this space, I'm really kind of focused on what's also happening around like the US dollar because when we really kind of look at the US dollar as well, it's a great factor that could play into the narrative of risk on assets going pretty crazy, very similar to what we did see during March of 2020 forward. We've seen a very weak dollar. We've seen the dollar top until about January of 2021, and then we started to kind of see the dollar climb back up on the board, and then all of a sudden by around January of 2022, we seen a very strong dollar, which meant that risk on assets were pretty much finished. We've seen a lot of money moving from the risk on asset class to dollar holding and things like that. So again, we really are talking about what's going to be happening next around the dollar. I just made a video on this actually as well. It will be going live at some point in time here soon, probably by midnight. But we do see today the Senate just recklessly approved the printing of another $1.7 trillion in government funding. And, right now we are seeing very, very high inflation. We are seeing the economic downfall of the US dollar essentially before our eyes. And this is something very interesting. And I think that when we really kind of look at printing of the dollar, this is going to cause an astronomical downfall of the US dollar itself. So we are watching this closely. We are seeing things happen before our eyes. And one thing that I do want to pay attention to as well is what we are seeing around inflation itself and what it means for risk on asset like gold or even crypto as well. So Crypto Insight UK quoted a tweet from Charles Edwards over on Twitter, and we do see, I've been screaming this at the top of my lungs for weeks on end, although applying it to crypto in general, not just Bitcoin. And here we have from Charles Edwards. In 1970s, inflation started a huge gold bull run. The Fed tightened and gold crashed 50%, then proceeded up over 700%. Now imagine the 2020s where the Fed can't afford to be as aggressive, debt is way higher, and we now have digital accessible harder money, Bitcoin, or even just crypto in general. Like, yeah, I think that when we look at what the Fed is going to do next and what we are seeing around the US dollar, and we see inflation getting even worse, and we see, $1.7 trillion being injected into the system, it's only a matter of time before risk on assets kind of go a little bit crazy. And we do see over here as well, one big narrative that I've been looking around is just like the reports from the Fed. And we do see from Crypto Holder 16, we see, could this be the start of it? And this is from Zero Hedge. And we do see if tomorrow's core PCE is 4.5% or lower, 75% chance, the entire hawkish FOMC repricing is blown out. No way 4.8% core PCE in December. SEP/DOTS reprice and terminal rate tumbles. And we do see narrative shift is coming. I don't know how or from where, but it's coming. And yeah, this could very well be the start of it, because when we look at what the PCE is going to be, it could change the trajectory of all markets, including crypto and even including stocks. And we do see the United States releases an extensive data dump just ahead of the Christmas holidays. Core personal consumption expenditure, is set to show inflation moderating following the lead of CPI data. Durable goods orders are projected to flatten after rising beforehand. US dollar could move on low liquidity trading if both releases come out in the same direction. So we are watching core PCE today. I highly suggest everybody definitely pay attention to this and watch it closely. And we are going to be seeing the durable goods orders as well. And this is also going to be another one to watch for. So watch the US dollar today. Watch these reports, because all of this could change everything around the market and what happens next. And with all of that in mind, what am I also watching after this? I'm watching assets that I am holding because we could see a major shift happen around crypto. I mean, in general, when we look at what's happening around some of these assets, like even XRP, like shout out to Mac Attack XRP over on Twitter, we do see when this rocket leaves soon, there will be no stopping it. All expectations will be broken. And yeah, here is the XRP chart. And it is one of the most incredible charts out there. Why? Because it shows the fact that one, we have not made a high since 2017, 2018, which a lot of people look at as a negative thing. They're like, dude, XRP is one of the weakest assets in the space. Like we've seen the crypto market go to $3 trillion and XRP barely even break over $2. Okay, now go check out what the market cap of all of crypto was back in 2017, 2018, and XRP proceeded to make an all-time high of about $3.84. So again, the argument could go both ways here. The biggest problem, though, that I see over here is that at the perfect time for altcoins to start building out a massive push, which, by the way, we were nearing the $1 range on XRP back in November of 2020, the SEC came in and spoiled the party. It was a preemptive move from the SEC to make sure that they stop XRP in its tracks and kill the price action and diminish returns for investors. A lot of people think that I'm crazy for saying that, or it's a conspiracy theory, it's this, that. But go look at the timing of this SEC lawsuit with the prices of all other assets, including Ethereum, and tell me that there was not clear manipulation of XRP's price action during this time. Now, in my opinion, when we do get this SEC case behind us and we do see the market fully bottom out, if we already seen the market bottom out, then what I am targeting for the next major move up for XRP is a massive move because we will see a massive move across the board for all assets. And I even said, once XRP breaks its previous all-time high of $3.84, everything will change. Until then, I continue stacking those cheap ZERPs because it is something that I've been watching for a while. I think XRP is a blue chip asset in the space. I do hold a ton of other assets as well, but what I'm really looking at is what's going to happen next around this market. What's going to be the next major move? Because, to me personally, this downtrend in this market around Bitcoin and crypto and all that, it's going to change. It will change. We will start to see a major push to the upside at some point in time. But for now, we just got to remain patient. We have to make sure that our emotions are left at the door, and we have to make sure that we are paying attention, we are staying vigilant, and we are making sure that we are patient enough with our investments to have them realize in their true value. So until then, I'm not sitting here, aping into massive positions or anything like that. I'm sitting on the sidelines with 60-40. I have about 40% in stable coins that I'm waiting to disperse into this market. And that 40% that I'm going to be putting into this market, if we go back to even just previous all-time highs on some of the assets that I'm looking to buy into, it is going to be life-changing wealth. And for those out there that do want to get those assets that I'm looking at and, want to know all the information around those trades, my buy targets, all that kind of stuff, I will be releasing a ton of content going forward throughout all of the platforms, the Discord, on Twitter, even on the website, and even on Patreon. The Patreon will be a little bit more in depth. It will include my exit strategies and all that kind of stuff around them. But I'm definitely focused on the end goal around this market, which the end goal around this market is to not only position myself for the inevitable future around DLT technology and crypto itself, but also to position myself for the next wave of what will happen around the financial system, which I do believe that we will see a significant crash. I think that the housing market itself will also crash drastically. So what I'm trying to do is get a very, very large amount of money out of crypto to invest into real estate while still having a large chunk of change invested into these assets for the inevitable future. So with that being said, I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. If you guys definitely leave a like, subscribe, to notifications on if you guys have more free content. You guys are more than welcome to follow me on Twitter and join the free Discord down in the description below. As always, up to you all. Have a beautiful day, beautiful night, wherever you guys are on this beautiful world. This has been Nick. Peace out, guys.